I want the world to know. Got to let. Hey. Welcome to the Mandcave. And pretend that this still. I want the.
Oh, you want me to?
Just go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's the only podcast hosted by two good men with nothing in common except their names. I'm Mandy Fabian.
Oh, I'm so annoyed already. And I'm Mandy Kaplan. And every week we test the limits of our friendship by arguing over lately some crappy movies and music and books and trends and all of Mandy's dumb ideas. Grab a couch. Let's get to it.
Oh.
Cut this shit.
Been a lot of dumb ideas lately, but I have bad news for you.
Yeah?
I finally found my brand, man.
You did? Bad news? That's fantastic news.
Well, because my brand is dumb ideas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My brand is rejection and fucking it up, y'all. I'm taking the Molly Shannon cue. I'm not afraid anymore.
Didn't I just tell you last week how much I hate funny voices? And you are coming in guns a-blazing.
I don't know what you're talking about, kids.
Let's just keep it grounded and use our real voices.
Okay, girl. Okay, well, this is the brand. Okay, I have a whole team. I found out the letters weren't working, so now I'm online.
Okay,
and we have a whole team. It's I'm not ashamed to fail right in front of you. That's it.
Oh, this is not going to work at all then. Because I need a solid sense of shame from everybody I collaborate with.
Okay, I'll work on it. How are you? What you up to?
I am good. Dropped our son off at summer camp. And my phone just did a little alert because the phone has an app called Companion.
Is he still coming up on the Amber Alert?
Oh God!
You really should have. You should have told the camp you were dropping him off. I think that's where the miscommunication was.
Too far. So Companion sends you they have a facial recognition thing, and then they're like, "There's a new picture of your kid." So basically, my life is going to stop while Casey's at camp, and I'm just going to wait for those pictures to pop through on my phone because then I can stalk him and see what he's doing and what he's up to, and that he's happy.
Oh my God, you put the mother in smother.
I did. And we're going to enjoy our time without Casey, blah, blah, blah. But I am I just miss him already and I'm watching my phone. So.
Oh, you and I are very different. You must have spent a pretty penny at that camp. They'll even feed him. That's amazing. I'm assuming they feed him.
Oh yeah, we can't afford this camp. It's crazy, but we do it. We make it work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because it's I feel like that's so great. They have an app and facial recognition where I send Abby to camp. They're like, which one is she? But, it does work for our family. So,
Yeah, no, if it's convenient, let's just do that one.
She hasn't drowned. And that's the bar for me.
Yet.
That's it. Every camp I check, how many kids drowned. And if it's below 20, I'm in. If the price is right.
Please send all of your comments and feedback to @MandyFab. That is Fabian talking. As much as I love a dead baby box, which we established back when we did The Girl Before. Love my dead babies, but
yeah, okay. All right. Oh, that reminds me. Just real quick.
Yeah.
I just want this is a social conversation tidbit. So Patrick and I went to this event, right? And we met these lovely people. And this has happened to me a couple times.
Are they famous? And if
why.
they're not, why are you telling the story?
They're not famous. They're not.
Right.
I'm sorry. But although I did see Tia Carrera at the event.
Wayne's World. Party time.
It's so funny.
Excellent.
Oh. Anyway, no, I did. And also I saw Jodie Foster. That's a pretty good one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
So anyway, this couple, I said something something like, oh, you have daughters. I was like, yeah, we have daughters, 10 and 12. Do you have kids? And they were like, no. And then it was this weird thing where I was like, oh, but And then I hated myself for not being able to continue the conversation because sometimes you say to people, do you have kids? And like you get a sense that something is weird and then you've somehow stepped in weird territory. And I immediately then want to go, oh, no. It's not that you have to have kids. No, so many people do, but like it's not weird. And then I start talking about like how like, I didn't even know if I wanted kids. And it's such a weird, do you ever have that moment?
No, because I'm socially perfect.
Oh, fuck off. Oh my God. Well, it's my brand. I gotta be good with it. It's my brand.
No, I don't know that I've had that feeling. I can't think of it.
You've never said like, do you have kids? And someone goes, no. And it's weird all of a sudden?
No.
Well, you don't listen to when people talk really. Like you don't really, you're not very intuitive like that. Maybe that's it. No, but a couple times I feel like all of a sudden I said something putting my foot in my mouth.
Yeah.
But there's no, I feel guilty for even assuming that because I remember before I got married, people were always like, like dating Patrick, like, when are you guys going to get married? And then the minute you get married, they're like, when are you going to have kids? And I fucking hated it.
Yeah. Because
it's a perfectly legitimate choice for someone to make, not to get married, not to have kids. It's like perfectly legitimate. Then I felt weird being like, oh, you have kids? You know.
Right.
I guess it's, I should just learn to say good for you and move on.
I have a different social situation, a quandary, if you will.
Yeah, well, let me help you with it because I'm real good.
Yeah, so at Miscast that we did a couple weeks back, you introduced me at the end of the show to a couple.
Uh-huh.
And I don't remember their names at all.
John and Miranda.
But yes. Very, very funny. Very charming. A little too good looking for my comfort level. And here's my quandary. How do we circumvent you and Patrick and get to John and Miranda and then get them in our lives? Because I liked them a lot.
Oh, well, John will be very happy to hear that. What I didn't know until that night is John did musical theater for a long time. So he's aiming to get into the Miscast family. So there's your first step. Okay.
I'm writing that down because you have to connect me. Even though I just embarrassed myself and said he was good looking. But he's adorable.
I love that you think he's good looking. Like he's so not my type, even though he's a little bit little boy, schoolboy good looking. But he is you also love funny.
I do.
Right?
Oh,
I mean, he was
funny
mother effer.
He was quick. He could almost keep up with me.
Easygoing. Yeah. Almost. Not quite. No, he's very funny. His wife they're awesome people. They used to be our neighbors and I love both of them. Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
That's
a done deal. Holy shit. I just made dreams happen.
Connections.
Like I feel like I should do that thing. You know, like I should also be an agent. Like
the mammoth scam from last week. Yeah.
Like I feel like I should really.
Well, I think you just did that for John, whose last name I put as musical theater.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to tell you one other thing.
Is there a spider on your system?
No.
On your microphone?
So wait, let me just say that we're this week we watched Fire Island. Okay. Which is right. So we're going to talk about that. I promise everybody we're going to talk about it, but I have to, this is a public service announcement. This thing I'm going to tell you.
Yes.
You're not going to believe this.
I bet I will.
You won't.
All right. Did you forget it already and now you're stalling to think of it? Okay.
Did I tell you the contact lens story?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to make it short, but I got contacts because, you know, my eyes funky, right? Mm-hmm. I put them in. Mm-hmm. The first time I put the contacts in, I can't get one out of my right eye. Yeah. I'm like, oh no, I can't find it. And I'm looking and it's not there and I'm touching my eye and it's getting all irritated. Mm-hmm. I call the doctor, I go back and they're like, let me check. And they look around my eye and they go, there's no contact in there. It must have popped out or you took it out and it fell and you just didn't find it. There's no contact in there. You're fine. You're all good. I'm like, thank you. So then my eye's irritated because I've been touching it. I put in, you know, contacts, take them out. It's all working great. I do it again one day. I can't get the one out of the right eye. I'm like, shit, I don't know where it went to. And then because I've gone to the doctor and they're like, nah, it's not in there. I'm like, okay, well, it must have just fallen out, right?
I'm going to puke. Go on.
Mandy, then I'm in therapy and proud, guys, because it's on brand and good for me for taking care of my shit, okay? But I had those few tears happen in therapy and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, I can't see out of my right eye. That's so weird. It's like all blurry and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening with my right eye? And I drive home and look in my makeup mirror and I'm like, there is a goddamn contact lens on my eye. This is like 2 weeks ago, right? I pull it out. And for the next 2 or 3 days, like I got like, there's a little bit of gunk. It's like my eye is recovering. Patrick's like, go to the doctor. I'm like, it's fine. Eyes heal themselves. I know what this is. It's going to be fine. Right. But it's still it hurts a little bit. He's like, go see a doctor. I'm like, it's fine. So we're like, my eye's just adjusting, but it does kind of hurt a little bit. So yesterday, I'm in the hallway sitting there and it's okay. I'm just like, it feels a little dry. So I'm taking my finger, I'm licking it because I'm like, I'm going to put some saliva in my eye. Maybe there's something about my natural saliva that's going to like help my eye. So I go like this, I lick my finger and I'm like touching my eyeball. I'm just trying to soothe it or give it a little bit of moisture. And I feel something. And I'm like, what? My finger hit something. And I go like this and I pull a second contact lens out of my eye.
Yeah.
Oh, there were 2 in there.
Yeah.
Where did they go? This is a public service. You're going to puke. You look so uncomfortable.
I
hate it. Eye thing?
Yeah, I don't like eye stuff, but I wear contacts. And when you get a contact lost in your eye, it is the worst feeling. It's like you know it's somewhere. You're rubbing. You can feel that it's somewhere back there. And I hate it.
Oh my God. Okay, by the way, there's nothing about this on the internet. Like if you look at this on the internet, they're like, it doesn't really happen. It can't get lost. It'll pop up eventually. It was gone. There was nothing.
All I want to add to the story is that like, I remember, this is so shameful. I should not say this out loud. Like, I remember peeing out part of a condom like 3 days after I had sex once. And I was like, oh, see, that's not okay. I mean, to be clear, it didn't come out of my pee hole, but it, it came out of my body.
Medically.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So that's what it's reminding me of when you're like, what the? Where has it been? Yeah.
Well, first of all, I was like, holy shit, I've had 2 fucking contact lenses in my eye for like 3 weeks. And I had no idea. Right. Like, you go, wow.
You need a new eye doctor that they didn't see it back there. That's...
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to share because, by the way, if anybody out there, number one, if you think you have a contact stuck in your eye, you might go to 2 or 3 different. Yeah, I had no idea it could happen. So no, hear my story and heed my words.
Yeah.
And secondly, if anybody is looking for contact lenses, apparently my right eye will produce them, and I'm selling them at a very, very low rate. So very fair.
Go to mandcave.com/merch and load up on already spit-covered. Oh God, there's so much wrong with that story. But you tell a story like that.
Aren't you glad I shared it?
Yes, because you know why?
Why?
She's a legend. She's an icon. She's a legend. She's an icon.
I did love that.
That should be your ringtone. That is the first moment of the film Fire Ismand. I'm assuming Pete's going to call this episode Fire Ismand.
Great work.
Thank you. And I chuckled at the ringtone.
Yep.
Is that a reference from something? Is that like a beginning of a song? I don't know. She's a legend. She's an icon. And I was like, oh my God, that's funny. That's his ringtone. Yep. And that's where I stopped enjoying the movie. But that's just me.
Okay. Well, this is going to be great. We're going to talk about this movie, and then and I'm not spoiling anything. I'm not spoiling anything because we've said many times we're going to have the question about who's gayer. Right?
Yes.
This is so this is very good that we're talking about this. I'm going to try to be,
You win. Because I could not watch this movie. So I give, done, episode over.
Oh, great.
Fabian is the gayer man. Let's play the trailer, Pete, please, so everyone knows what Fire Island is.
Stupid bitch Noah every year.
Oh, I made it, didn't I?
This week is sacred. We're going to Fire Island.
And this is why straight people hate us.
And also heteronormativity, Judeo-Christian pathology, anal.
For whatever reason, call it magic, time sort of works differently here.
Finally, my girls have arrived!
And that is our makeshift little family. We all met 10 years ago working at the same cursed brunch spot.
Bottomless mimosas, bitches!
Or Jackie Chan, hey, you got another refill here, bud?
I can't believe you talked me into this again. I come here, I just feel terminally alone.
Oh, are you all right?
It's fine. It happens all the time.
Do you want some whiskey? It would help with your knees. You can trust me, I'm a doctor.
Do they have a house on the beach? Bro, we can't go over there. We are literal trash.
Guys.
Excuse me? I think you may have the wrong house.
Have you seen the way they're drinking? They're clearly using us for free liquor.
Will, promise me you'll try to have a good time.
Do not let these people think that they are better than us, because at the end of Never mind.
Okay, guys like that are ruining this island. Play harsh, Ty.
I have never met somebody who has made it so clear that they think they're so superior than everybody else.
I don't think I'm better than you.
You think that if you're vulnerable for just 1 second, that it's all gonna come crashing down.
Oh my god, my baby's drowning!
I don't think I want to be implicated in this.
DJ, stick it in!
All you guys, you're like all I have. We're family. That means something to me.
What are we gonna like hug and wrap this up? How does this end?
Why don't we just get a little fucked up and dance?
The defense is wrong! My biological clock is ticking like this!
Penelope Cruz.
Bitch, who is this?
Written by Joel Kim Booster, who is a stand-up and a really funny guy with great abs.
But hold on. Did he create the other two?
I think he writes on it, but I don't think he created it.
I'm going to look it up because that was his big credit. That was his big.
Well, he's also, as I might have said last week, he's on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR news quiz show. And he's very funny and very quick. And yeah, my family likes him a lot, which might all change, but.
Okay. He's a producer on it. Okay. So he did the other two, which is one of my favorite shows. And I guess he's just a writer. He's a writer on Big Mouth, which is also really funny. Like he's a funny guy.
Yes. When collaborating with others. But this he wrote by himself.
Yeah. I think it was very not to get too. It was structurally it had some problems. Yes and no, in that, you get like, I don't even know how far we are into the movie where it's like, the story is I'm going to get you laid and I'm not going to have sex until you do. And so that's a pretty solid, like if you just back up and go as a setup for a movie, here's the game, right? We're gay guys. We're going to have fun. It doesn't need to be brain surgery. Like they're on Fire Island and they're,
It's Jane Austen, we should say. He rewrote Jane Austen.
Yeah.
Right. Or Emma. Is it Emma or Jane? Jane Eyre? I don't know. Who is it? It's Emma? It's updated Emma? With Mr. Darcy and what's that one?
That was Wuthering Heights, wasn't it?
No. That's Heathcliff and Catherine on the Moors. That one I know. Whatever Bridget Jones' Diary is. It's
okay.
Bridget Jones' Diary, same plot. Oh my God. I think it's Jane Eyre. And so this was his updating it to Fire Island, which I am down for. Like, I think that sounds like a great idea. But it's not funny and it's not charming and it's not good and it's very, very annoying.
Yeah. But I will say I really enjoyed the Howie guy and Charles. Like I liked their love relationship. I thought it was sweet. I thought he was very good.
Wait, who's Howie? Bo and Yang?
Yeah.
Okay. Bo and Yang meets a cute doctor and Bo and Yang is the virgin or the guy who had never hooks up.
He's not all ripped and he's not that gay. He's like, he just wants a boyfriend, but he's 30 and he's never had a boyfriend and he is worried he's not going to find anybody and he's not good at all the apps and the hooking up randomly. And I've heard that complaint from a lot of my gay friends of like, listen, if you're not, if you're not hot and young and like you're not just looking for anonymous sex, then it's harder.
Right.
Like there's a meeting someone and having a real, which I would say the movie did not disabuse me of that notion. Right. It's like it's a culture that I knew about clubbing and I knew a little bit about drugs, even though I don't do them. But like it was very I knew about the culture, but it was sort of like, oh, the parties were fun. Like the underwear party.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, you're right. You're not a gay man at all. You could never have done one of those underwear parties.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, I would throw like a granny panty party as long as there were granny panties all over. Like I would wear one as a shirt. Like I would granny panty head to toe. My complaint, first of all, they cast all their friends and a lot of them can't act at all. So it smacked of, we got all our friends together on Fire Island and made a movie, and they weren't good actors.
Except Matt Rogers.
Matt Rogers is a great actor, but I found him to be one of the most annoying because they pumped the stereotypes so much. So in this movie, you're not allowed to speak a line without adding bitch or girl. You have to pump those stereotypes. And they were, that is not my taste in comedy or in characters. And had one character been that over the top, great. But they were everyone around them, not the two leads, but everyone around them was. Matt Rogers was very annoying. And I do think he's a brilliant actor. And then they threw in Margaret Cho, which just felt like such a, we know her, we love her, let's put her in this movie. And she was painfully bad. And I actually think Margaret Cho's talented. She was painful. Her dialogue is so exposition-y, and she's like, I'm so broke, I guess I better make this week count. And it's like, it's that bad. Yeah. It's so uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable. Not with the gayness. I want to be clear. I'm not homophobic. You can have anal till the cows come home, and I support that. But it was just, every scene was like, girl, please, bitch, please, girl. And it's not funny. It was like 20 years ago that would have been revolutionary. Now it feels old, out of date.
That's interesting. Well, first of all, I would like to know what happens when the cows do come home, because I haven't heard about that part of it. Like that's really anal till the cows come home. Like, what's that next level thing? I'm very excited. But also I didn't take it as they're making fun or it's like a gay stereotype. To be honest, because sometimes like gay men will refer to each other as like sister, and like even gay men, sometimes I'm like, should I text them Happy Father's Day? Because I know that actually a lot of them are the moms in the relationship, like, and sometimes they'll refer to themselves that way. It's not I don't feel like I can do that. But I got a sense that, like, did you think it was heightened for comedy, or I think there are guys who act that way. Like that is how they are, like, it's a party, and do you know what I mean? Like, it's very sort of, I know what you mean. Yeah. It's very broad, but I also think that's very real. There's some people that are just like party guys, right? Right.
Which is not my cup of tea. So, right. I wouldn't.
You don't want to spend time with those people necessarily.
Not in the numbers and loudness and over the topness that this movie forced me to do. And I have, most of my friends are gay, and it just doesn't.
Thank you.
It doesn't. I don't know. I don't know that world. That's not a world that most of my friends are in. And when they do the thing like, oh, she's in a bad mood today, look at her. It's like, that was funny 20 years ago when it started. And now it's, if I wrote a movie where we were all like, talk to the hand, it's like, that's not a thing anymore. I don't think.
Well, but that's the funny thing is I don't think it was meant to be like a joke. I think that's how they talk to each other. I mean, I'm only guessing it's an authentic expression of like, right? It's not even meant to be a joke. It's just how they talk.
Yeah. But I think you're supposed to be charmed by it, and you're supposed to want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I'm so over that it just, it was a very annoying movie to me.
One of my favorite jokes was when he said, I don't remember exactly what he says, but it's something like body positivity is actually not a thing anymore, because the guy, Joel takes off his shirt. Like he is in a Speedo whole
movie.
Yes. Every chance he gets, he takes off his shirt, which you got to respect that. But when he does it, they're all like, ugh. And Matt Rogers says, like, sorry, body positivity isn't really a thing anymore. Like that's not cool anymore. And I thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, as a gay man, you love seeing all those shirtless guys, right? And guys making out and guys partying and guys being fun and young, and we're dancing and we're being stupid, and like the world is our oyster.
It very much feels like the Playboy Mansion probably felt in 1978. Like it's all drugs and nudity and hooking up and that sexual energy. And I wouldn't go to the Playboy Mansion either. Although I did used to torment my mom when I was like, I'm going to be an actress. And my mom is a diehard feminist to this day. I mean, she's a very active, proud feminist. And I would be like, I'm going to go to the Playboy Mansion. And and she would be like, stop saying that. That's not true. You're not going to do that. And I was like, I'm going to pose in Playboy.
See, that's not a joke I ever could have made with my mom. Because she would have been like, with what?
Oh, that's another way to discourage the behavior.
That was never going to be an option for me to pose for Playboy.
So you're still operating under the auspices that you did not pose in Playboy, and we're not recording. Yeah. You can tell. Okay.
Yeah, no, okay. That's what we're going with. That's the brand.
Okay, and we're back.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I found it a little. It feels a little artificial. It feels a little put on, right? Mm-hmm. A little phony, because you're not having people having real conversations. But there were real conversations between the two friends who, I think just very simple. I didn't think it was an amazing movie because it's like The Dark Night of the Soul was like one moody walk in the woods. There was no stakes. There was no the love story between Joel Kim and the other guy was like, I don't understand this at all.
And look, I mean, the freshest version of this story is Bridget Jones for me. I love Bridget Jones' Diary. And Colin Firth, yes, he was stiff, but you saw a charm. You saw what would draw you, right? You meet him and he's wearing the jumper that his mom makes him wear at Christmas. And but this guy, oh God, he looked like a serial killer. He was so angry and mean and nasty. And like the idea that Joel Kim Booster would be attracted to him ever was so unpleasant to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll buy that. I mean, you follow the story and you see them like flirting and stuff and you go, oh, maybe there's something there. But it really was just because the script said there's something there.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, they're falling in love now. I didn't buy it for a second. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah. It was very fluffy, very fluffy. And I didn't really buy the emotional ups and downs of it so much.
There's another movie.
Just waiting for the next joke.
There's another movie coming out, I think in September that we'll definitely watch. It's the Billy Eichner movie.
Oh, yeah, Bros.
And that trailer gets me. It charms me. It makes me laugh. I cannot wait to see that movie. Yeah. And even the trailer of this, I was like, uh-oh. Like, it's just not my thing. Although it's getting really high reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics are all liking it, but the audiences aren't as much, which I always find interesting.
Interesting.
Because do you think, oh God.
Oh my God, really? I would think it's exactly the opposite.
Well, I think it's a little tough. I'm nervous to put this podcast out where I'm saying negative things about a modern gay story written by a gay actor. Like it's all the pieces of that puzzle should be brilliant. And it's a little scary to say, yeah, but the movie's terrible. And right. And so I think if I'm a critic and I publish that, does the gay community turn against me and stop subscribing to my site? And I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
It comes across as hateful and I'm not, I fear that. So again, if I have offended in any way, please reach out on social media at MandyFab.
I was going to say,
let me have it.
But because your co-host is a gay man, I think you're okay. Like, obviously, I couldn't keep doing this if it wasn't.
I mean, honestly, like, I was watching this, like, if Mandy is liking this in any way, she wins the whole competition.
You know what? What I did like, in the same way that I liked Heartstopper, right? Like, for me, I go, oh, I love that these stories are getting told.
Absolutely.
I love that this is a straight up gay rom-com, and that I thought the relationship between the friends was cute. And I really did. I got emotional when the boy comes over on the boat and they have their cute their romance. I bought. It was a sweet getting to know you. He was so awkward and misfit in his little group of friends. Like I thought it was sweet. It was not like, is it rebuilding the wheel?
Reinventing the wheel.
There we go. Woohoo. It's those contacts. I think they mess with my ability to speak. It's not reinventing the wheel, but it's cute, right? It was cute. And a world that I didn't know anything about and I was interested in. Like, I have gay friends as well. Obviously, half of my friends are gay, but a lot of them have like kids and they're chill and, they're not partying. They're, you know what I mean? That's not their life. They're running off to Fire Island and doing drugs. So it was interesting to see that world. And I've never been to Fire Island. I've always wanted to go. And like, I think those parties and stuff are fun. I thought the karaoke bit was hilarious and fun. But it was more like slice of lifey, a world that I haven't seen. The story didn't rock me. The acting didn't rock me. Right. So as a movie, no, it's not that satisfying. You're hanging out for an hour and a half with a bunch of gay guys.
It was much longer than an hour and a half. For the record.
It was? No, it's only like an hour and 40 minutes, right?
It felt longer. I think,
no, we paused the movie and Patrick's like, oh my God, how long is this movie? And I was like, well, we've been watching it for an hour and 15 minutes. And he's like, oh my God. Like it felt longer.
Yes.
But that's because there were not real stakes. The story was not.
Right.
We saw the same scene with Joel Kim and the other guy like 4 times. Of their, like, there was just the same moment over and over and over again. You know? Yeah. And that's an interesting point. Like, are you allowed to critique? We're getting to a real thing where we're not allowed to write characters that aren't our color, that aren't our sexuality.
Right.
That's the new thing is like, you're not allowed to write those stories. And you go like, well, am I allowed to critique? Was anybody allowed to give him notes or help?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting.
So how many man jobs?
I mean, if it was an airplane movie, I wouldn't be mad. There were some good laughs. As a movie, it wasn't terrible. Like, I don't know, 3.5 maybe. I'd go with maybe 3. Probably 3.5.
Whoa, you're just being too nice.
Again, for me, it's like, you don't see a lot of gay stories. I think we're about to see a lot of gay stories. And when we have a lot of gay stories, then I'll be like, ugh, don't watch that movie. It's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I would give it 1. I really didn't like this movie. And if I wanted to...
I know. But no, it was very soft.
I mean, had this just been a bunch of really good-looking white cisgendered people, there would be no forgiveness. It would be like, no stakes, not good acting.
Oh, 1,000% we would rip it to shreds. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to stay true to that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
All right.
Fair. Mandcave is a production of True Story FM, everybody. Engineering by Pete Wright. Music by Ian Post. And guys, if you want to go to iTunes and pop off a little review for us, just a little something to tantalize us. If you want to, give me any great new optometrist advice, that works too.
Yeah.
Leave us some stars and reviews, and it really helps us out. And we love hearing from you. You can also reach out to us on Discord.
Yes, you can. If you go to mandcave.com/Discord, we can chat on there. You can make suggestions. We're taking some time off. We're heading into the True Story hiatus.
Yes.
So when we come back, we're going to need your recommendations for what to make each other watch and read and listen to.
It has been very helpful.
Please become a Fandy. We need your love and support and your money at mandcave.com/Fandy. $5 a month gets you fun bonus content, because we were saying content bonus and that's not a thing. Bonus content, birthday messages, access to our private Discord channel where we can share the real stuff. So do all of that, please.
Yes, please join us. We appreciate it. And also, guess what? There is really fun merchandise. We don't even really have to offer merchandise, but oh my God, Pete,
I love
the
it.
genius, the engineering genius, is also a design genius. And we have some really great stuff on there. So go check it out. It's at mandcave.com/merch. and get yourself some summer gear. And well, if you're missing us while we're on our break, you can wrap yourselves around us. Literally, you can put pictures of us on your chest. So you're welcome.
Maybe we need Speedos in honor of Fire Island.
Oh, God, yes. I don't even know. Do you think T Public has Speedos? I guess we'll find out.
We're going to find out.
Why not? Okay.
Who's going to wear them? I don't know. So your youngest daughter has a birthday coming up. I'm going to get her a Mandcave Speedo.
She would love that. She would love that. Oh God, I love it. Yeah. Well, so we talked about this. I don't really have a lot of I did take a "Are you a gay man?" quiz online, and then basically because it's asked "Are you a man?" I found myself having to lie, and then the quiz just didn't really feel authentic.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we've established already, that first of all, who's gayer, right? I want to go toe to toe.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm entering into this I've been disqualified. I get it, but I still want to run the race. I still want to run the race and play the game. But I have a quick question. How many gay men have you made out with?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4?
Okay, point to Fabian there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think 3 for me. I thought that was going to win it. I came into that feeling pretty good.
Now, what were the circumstances? Did you know they were gay?
Yes, and I was praying not.
Now, I did not know this about you. I didn't know you've ever made out with a gay man on purpose.
And these were not, I want to be clear because this might change your answer. This was not truth or dare, or this was making out. This was done with purpose.
So what were the circumstances? How old were you? 3.
High school, college, and college.
High school. Okay. And you knew the guy was gay and you were like, let's kiss.
Well, he was my boyfriend. And we made out, and I was telling him, I God love him. He's a very dear person. And I was like, I think you're gay, and that's okay. And he got mad and said, no, I'm not. And we continued dating briefly, and then we broke up. And then later in life, he told me you were the first person to actually bring it to my attention in a way that made me think it would be okay, and thank you and all that.
Wow,
I change lives. I change lives.
You really do.
Mm-hmm.
I took you for a turn 'em straight kind of gal.
So another guy in high school.
2 gay guys. Did you try to hook up your 2 boyfriends with each other?
Not yet.
That's really interesting. So what made you know that he was gay? It was
apparent. And I had a crush on him because he was older and he was a talented actor and he had the bluest eyes you've ever seen. So I was like, oh my God, and he wants to go out with me. Yeah. But I think he's gay, and I knew it. But I was like, because he can drive.
Because he wasn't trying to get with you?
Oh my God, no. We would hold hands and that was it. And then then we, it was.
But were you at high school? Were you at the time where you were like, oh no, so much more should be happening, and if he's not doing that, then he's gay? I'm still wondering. Was it he was into? He had Judy Garland posters.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I just knew he was gay, and
that's so interesting
because I was. Another point in my favor. I went to theater camp growing up, knew a lot of young boys who were out of the closet by the time they were 13 and 14, and were living their proud lives. So I was very familiar with. What it was to be gay. Very familiar.
That's interesting. I did not ever have that experience with young people.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody I knew was out gay. It wasn't until I was working in a theater company and they were all in their 30s,
right.
Then they were out. But that was the only, no high school kids.
So who were you making out with? How did you make that happen?
I never made out with anybody in high school that was gay that I think they would have known. I didn't really do a lot of making out either because I was working and, But in college, I made out with a gay guy who I don't think he knew he was gay at the time. And then my other times were all gay bars. Like as in my 20s and 30s, like you would go out and you go to a gay club and you would get drunk and you would kiss gay guys because they were so fucking handsome. And they were so, I don't know why they liked to kiss girls, but it was a safe place. Like they were great kissers and we would just drink and make out. And I loved it because you didn't have to go home with them. You didn't have to worry about them trying to rape you or anything. You were just like, you know what I mean? It was just like, let's just rub each other and like, you're handsome and you make me feel gorgeous and like, we'll dance and we'll kiss and like, that's it. And I loved it. If I could have gotten more straight guys to just make out with me for a night, that just would have been heaven. I think that's why I fell in love with Patrick.
I have one gay male friend who like has a reputation as I get drunk, I make out with women, I don't know what's wrong with me, right? But he has never kissed me ever. And I take like offense. I'm like, what's wrong with me? I've known you for a long time. So, and he does listen. So he knows who I'm talking to.
I think it's more that I'm a gay man. So I think like for them, it's like, oh, this is a safe place for me. You know, like that's because I come across. Yeah, that's really interesting. Also like the Top Gun volleyball scene, right? Like I could watch that on repeat marathon. I don't care. See, and you don't care.
Beefcake doesn't do it for me.
Oh, God. I don't
know me. I want
that.
funny. Like
I know, but you're not going to have an actual relationship with them. Like you're not looking at that and going like, oh my God, those abs all day. No?
No, I'd rather watch a John Mulaney special.
Yeah. Okay. I get that. All right. And you're not a fan of like, did you ever go out to clubs? Was that ever a thing for you? Like in New York, did you ever go?
Gay clubs?
Or any clubs. But yeah, gay clubs.
Gay clubs more than straight clubs for sure. Yeah. I was never a big clubber, but I definitely spent some nights out in college. And this has nothing to do with being gay, because I was always a bit of a prude. So I would get all dolled up with all my girlfriends. We would all go out, and like the way guys would like dance up on them and they'd make out on the dance floor, but nobody was doing that to me. And I think I was giving off like F you vibes, like don't approach. I hope that's what it was. I hope it wasn't I was too ugly. And so I would end up like crying in the bathroom. Like nobody wants to grind up on me. And so I was never like a club person.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I mean,
give me a trivia night at a bar. Give me big gay bingo in West Hollywood. You know, like those are. Oh yeah, that's the stuff I love.
I do love that gay bingo, that drag queen bingo at Hamburger Mary's.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so fun.
Yeah,
all that stuff. I mean, yeah. Did you like the movie Call Me by My Name?
Yes, but not as obsessively as a lot of people.
Okay, but you didn't dislike it.
No. I liked it very much.
Okay, well that makes you pretty gay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Can you quote a line from Postcards from the Edge?
It twirled up.
There you go.
But I've never seen Postcards from the Edge.
Fuck off. What are you saying to me right now?
I know what we're going to watch after hiatus. I've never seen it.
Yeah, we are.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God. We have to watch it together with our husbands.
Okay.
We'll have you guys will come over. Be a Saturday night. We'll have a sleepover. Again, my 17-year-old self is dying inside right now. But my 37-year-old self is loving this idea.
Okay. 37.
What?
Duly noted.
Fantastic. Oh God, yes. Well, there you go. I mean, thanks for giving me the trophy.
You earned it.
It's so interesting. Yeah, well, I think I have a gay daughter. I'm bisexual, like very much so, like, and I think that there's something about it. Like, I remember being a kid in Texas, like there were no out gay people.
Right. I mean, I grew up in a much more progressive place with very liberal parents and
Yes. I very often think, I remember when I brought home my first husband that I remember my stepdad being kind of like, he's great, And I was like, but that's all you have to say? And he's like, oh, Mandy, I'm just so glad you didn't bring a girl home, And I remember getting really mad when he said it. Because I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I really wish I had brought a girl home.
Right.
So it's
there's
like,
still
it's funny.
time. You can't upset your stepdad, but
No, I'm not like longing for, I don't have that pit in my stomach of like, oh no, I made the wrong choice.
Right.
But I think for me, there was not even a choice. Like I was bisexual, but like if you can be straight, you are straight. That's it. And do that 1,000%.
Yeah.
Because it was so intimidating. And I love that now it's not like that. Right. And I think it's like, even though there was a time in the movie when I was like, I'm kind of done with it. I'm sort of over it. I did not like, I will say this about the movie. I did not like that there was only like 2 lesbians. One was a terrible actress and one was like she was like an old crabby lesbian. And I was like, ooh, that's actually a little misogynistic. Like not one hot lesbian on Fire Island. Right. I know there's some lesbians that go to Fire Island and they're good looking. You know what I mean?
They didn't make the cut.
They didn't have any women in the movie. So
yeah,
in that way, not for me.
Right.
Not for me. But anyway, so this is it for a while.
This is it. Have an awesome summer.
You were dying to get, you were so funny. You were giving me please end this conversation vibes just then.
Yeah.
You were.
Yep. Yeah. Some of us have to pee.
So you are homophobic after all. Oh, you have to pee. Oh, why did you say so? All right. Good night, folks. Thanks, everybody, for coming to the Mandcave. I'll do funny voices.
We'll be back in August.
We'll
see if the friendship is still intact.
I doubt it.
Well, for now, I love you.
I love you.
Everybody get up.